Can't see. Yep, cool. So I've done the wget, right, and I've downloaded the file, right? I had to find the actual file and stuff as well, right? So in this case, I've used this one. The reason why I don't recommend you do it that way though, is because this is from 2015 and the version online is actually a lot newer. Okay, so I've downloaded it, I've extracted it, so I've unzipped it, and then I have untarred it, right? Now, a tar is the tarring is short for tape archive, and it's what's still used, to be honest, in some respects, for tapes, where it grabs a whole heap of files and turns it into one file. That's what tar does. Tar turns it into one file. GZ then compresses it. Okay, so we tar and then we gzip, and you can do it in one, as I said. Now, I've CD'd then into the location. And then we want to try running it. So I'm going to say Python, Python setup.py. So I'm saying, hey, run this setup.python file. And I've got to call it with Python by the way, because that's the py says it's a py or setup is a Python file. And then I'm going to say install. So saying, hey, Python, grab this setup file and run an install process. And I'm in the location I am, so hopefully it will work. Could not create blah, blah, blah. Okay. Now, it didn't like doing it because it could not create a thing because it was permission denied. So I ran it as sudo and hey presto, right? It's now run. How can I test that it's there? How can I test that it's there? I'm going to run Python. Import nmap. Looks like it's run. Right? It didn't say there was any errors. Now, what can I do with it? This is going to get pretty nasty. I'm going to try and test my own place on so on port 80. I'm going to call test scanner. That should work. Now, this is ugly, okay? It's very, very ugly. But it says nmap. It's starting some scan. Okay, the host was up. Time string. Right, okay. Whatever hosts were down, none. Total hosts, 1. Okay, it elapsed in 0.91 of a second. It scanned TCP with the service H80 and it tried to connect. The method was connect. Now notice these sort of word sort of stuff, right? That's basically saying this is what we've got. The command that it ran was nmap -o capital X dash space dash P 80 dash SV 127001. Now, if I grab this command, I'm just going to say copy selection. And I paste it and I run it, you can see all the information it gets. Right. That's a bit different info to what I received. Right. So it's kind of run that scan and then it said, okay, scan 127001, state up, blah, 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 IPv4, etc., etc. Right. Now the question is, was it up? Yes or no? Is it up?
Well, down host is 0, so that means it's up.
Okay, so the host is up. All right. The host is alive. Was port 80 working? Was port 80 up? Was port 80 open?
Refused. Connection refused, so no, it's down.
Connection refused. And another one, state closed. Right? So look, it's worked, but the state is closed. Right? All right, let's try something quickly. Here, isn't it? Yep, there we go. Let's run the scan again. Okay, closed. What? Okay, it should be. Oops, let's get rid of that. So the service is up, everything's running.
Maybe you did it too quick.
State is still closed. I don't want to have to type all that again. Okay.
So you put close brackets. What does that mean at the end?
Quit and then open and close brackets.
Yeah.
That's where it's expecting to see some information, right? Like, or it's like a holder. It's like a bucket. But there's nothing there. But for quit, they still expect it. It's a bit weird. I don't know. It's Python version 2. I wonder if we need to use Python 3. Actually, what's the nmap? Python is popular, which is using nmap. Typical usage looks like this. Okay, there we go. There's a whole heap of stuff. Nmap scanner, port scanner. Okay, that's basically what I did. It doesn't say what version it should be using, but I thought it said version 3 on their website. On the website, Python 2 used that one. Okay, so that might be why as well. So I wonder if I needed to go in 3. Import nmap. Okay. Let's get rid of these. Yes, that worked. Reason, syntax, state up. All right. State open. So I think because I was using the wrong version of Python, it wasn't able to try and connect because basically it wasn't able to connect at all. The connection would get refused. So there we go. Now it's up. Now let's see if I stop the service. And I run it again. Does it open? Stopped, loaded, inactive. caching its data. I think it's caching its information. Should just it as a file and run it as the file. Now it says closed. Yeah, so it's caching. It's storing the information. So what you should put at the start of the thing. Okay, file, save as, test scan.py. There it is. Okay, make it executable. Should register this. Bad interpreter, permission denied. Okay. What does it say? Oh, extra slash there. Now you're not expected to be able to no module named nmap. Oh, interesting. All right. Import nmap. Oh, okay, because I'm out of the file. I'm out of the folder. That's why. Because I've installed it manually. I've installed it in this location. And that's why we don't like to install manually like that. So when I'm calling nmap, I have to be in the folder where nmap is because it's not globally available. And now it kind of runs. Now it hasn't actually printed anything to the screen because I haven't told it to print stuff and blah, blah, blah. But if I guess I can say, scanner, that should work. I'm not much of a programmer, so I'm making this up as I go. And this is a little bit of it's a bit dodgy. No, I didn't print it. Anyway. Anyway. Same thing. Okay. Anyway, you can see we can run it manually using these kinds of commands. I'm just trying to change it into a file, but it's just after 7:30. So what we'll do next Tuesday is we'll start looking at how to run that kind of stuff and how to do it while I figure out what went wrong with that print. Print should work. If I do all that and actually run it in. So print test. So it should work. It should hopefully have printed that to the screen. I'll figure out how to spit it out to the shell, out of the shell, because it's running internally. But that's enough now. You can see how to install Nmap, for example. How do I delete Nmap now? How do I get rid of it if I've manually installed it this way? All you do is delete the folder and it's gone. All right. So could you upload this recording when you get a chance? Yeah, sure. 0.61 is the latest. Is that's the version you mean from here? Well, this is 0.41. So the latest version is available from, you should be able to download it from PyPy, the Python Package Index. I think you can just download them directly from there. Current version 0.61 is for the version 2. Oh no, that says from Python 3. That one, what's that one? Oh, converts commands. And you can download it directly. There it is. Download the source and follow the same steps. All right. Now, obviously, I've downloaded it from a different location, but that's where you can download it from. You can even use wget to download it from there. But notice this file name is absolutely massive. All right. So that can show you how to do that kind of stuff. And that should be enough for this. Let's go and stop the recording.